everybody, and welcome back to another session of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations with Chaos Counseling. Woo! Okay, finish this off. We can do this. 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 We got this. We got this.
So you just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Elk owed you, correct? I don't think I had the cash, so that's my right. Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, I don't believe the $100,000 is what you were after.
What are you getting at, Trite? What else would a moneylender be after other than money?
Oh, the moneylender was after money, but money in a totally different league. The kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch. Yeah.
Oh.
What is that?
A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber.
A computer virus? What does one of those do?
Computer virus is a
I
program
hit my
that
head this morning.
havoc
sorry.
on the insides of a computer.
A computer? What does one of those do?
Yes, the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market.
Several $1 million?
Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elk had no way to repay the money is crucial.
What?
Glenn Elk was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elk put up in order to borrow the money.
You're trying to suggest the witness's motive was to get a hold of that program?
Exactly.
Then the witness, may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, Trite. A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder.
Of course he could, provided that he had time. What if he had needed the money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear.
Seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with the class? Why did Mr. Tigre need money to the tune of $1 million?
$1 million! Okay. I'm sure that joke has gotten old by now.
It's okay. I'm used to it's new to me, sadly.
I mean, I technically don't know it.
I've never seen the movie either.
I haven't seen it, but I just know that, like, you know.
I know it exists.
I know it's a thing.
$1 million. I thought you were like reading it, like, nah.
In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter, in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital, where she underwent surgery. Where did you used to get all this info? These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year, and was paid in full.
$1 million? A preposterous sum! Someone should sue these HMOs!
No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue.
But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it.
It's so beautiful comparing the two.
It's great. I love it.
Order! You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright?
Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini.
Did you say Cadaverini?
Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini.
Shit!
Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire that $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elk's life to pay your debt. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on the CD. Glen Elk had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened. But he can't. Neither can I.
The lottery win?
Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elk won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least no legitimate way.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Murder!
Oh.
Not murder.
So he resorted to illegitimate means.
Poisoner!
Oh no!
Oh, that
Coward.
worked. That's crazy!
He murdered Glen Elk and then made his next move. To frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glen Elk, while Viola Cadavarini played the role of Ms. Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo.
Sorry, the way he's eating the seeds is like, this is getting interesting! Holy crap!
Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one could pull it off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chief would have... Chef! I did it again. Could have been kept out of it.
But Mr. Armstrong knew all about it. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan.
Shit! Wow! Fuck! Just shake off your headphones, just whatever. It sounds like whining and I love it.
He's a bit on a good shift, Frankie. You just want to stay alive in the long check business, you gotta be careful. You used to say I dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone. If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. What? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why we took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Ms. Bird had no way out.
What? Another one, Mr. Wright?
Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite? What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed under disguised or something? Finally. Wondering why that was in our inventory for so long.
What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation.
Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor.
What?
Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as a victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me.
What? That's...
The truth?
But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here, this very court, a mere month ago.
Holy crap, the judge remembered something!
Phoenix Wright, who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen. Oh, I feel dumb now. It's wine. Oh, your cup's
Can
gone.
you prove that, Gramps? Prove that the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him?
Forget about it, yeah? I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Have you no pride, sir?
Oh, that's cup 17.
This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, here in court, we deal with people's lives.
Yeah.
Mr. Godot is right.
Your Honor?
Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it.
No.
If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. But we've come so far!
But in the end... Okay, you say he impersonated Glenn Elk. You say he impersonated you.
He's impersonated me.
But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee.
Shit, we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, the wines are so similar. I'm kidding, no.
Huh.
Ah, great, his spikes got sharp again.
Dang it!
This is next to be you, right? No, as the tiger. We're gonna get mauled, you used to get that. All I managed to do here was chase him around a bit. But I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt.
Huh. Looks like I won't be needing a refill.
You won't need your 18th cup.
If I just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence, and maybe I could get Maggie off the hook.
Come on! This witness's cross-examination is over. You are free to go, Mr. Tigre. Bullshit!
There it is.
Your Honor, sir?
Yay! Detective?
Detective Gumshoe.
Detective Gumshoe! Sorry it took so long, fella. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works! So here it is! My heart's counting on this too!
What is it, Detective? What?
Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence!
What?
I did it! I'm a hero!
Maggie, love me!
January 8th, 2:48 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
I did not even hear that!
No, you didn't hear it. I don't have my headphones on, but...
I'm excited for you to put subtitles to that.
Well, we'll see if it actually makes a sound.
Yep.
Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results for the lab.
The results?
About the prints, pal, from this medicine bottle.
Oh, so do you know who the prince belongs to now?
Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know.
So, tell us. They're the tigers, right? I knew it!
You bet. Clear as crystal all over the bottle. They're Furio tigers, Tigre, paw prints, alright.
That's great! We've got him now, Nick! What's wrong with you? You hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick.
I know. Look, I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now.
Huh? What? Why not?
What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glenn Elk's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle really doesn't make any difference now.
I knew it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never any of use.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
This is our last chance to help Maggie. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal. Detective Gumshoe?
Maggie!
You've been working on something for me? Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your hair now. Detective Gumshoe, wait!
No!
He's gone.
Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick?
I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. Small bottle put into pocket.
Gotta do that ritual.
January 8th, 3:04 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
You're gonna be so sad when that thing's gone.
Aww.
And it's at home with Jesse. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered.
Yes.
Don't keep us all in suspense, Trite. Show us. Naturally, we can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court. Can we?
Nope, not at all. Thanks, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste. How much more time used to go to waste? I ain't been to no court before. Many use of lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion.
No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright.
Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here. Maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit.
Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final, decisive piece of evidence to the court.
This is the defense's final piece of evidence.
Isn't that the victims?
Your Honor. Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigre. What?
But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information?
Everyone here knows what this bottle contains, except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. Remember, it's around that pansy-looking bottle? Is that what you used to saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyway? A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence.
Oh, this could get you into so much trouble in real life.
Mr. Tigre, this is a decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains...
Armstrong's oils!
Shush!
This is the bottle containing the potassium cyanide.
Potassium cyanide?
The poison used to murder Mr. L, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigre, we find your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? You make a good clown, you know that. What? You said never gonna get to this sick. You're just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? A bluff? I see straight through you, Phoenix, right? And in the bottle with the cyanide in it? No. This is the bottle we found traces of the poison in. Dumb whistle, the tiger, or you're gonna rip to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown. It was made of glass. That cheap piece of trash. Don't look nothing like it.
Can I quickly share something about your dad?
Yeah, I remember. I think I know this story.
So, Sunshine and Luke's dad prosecuted a guy, and later got to actually play this criminal on a TV show of America's Stupidest Criminals.
Oh, okay.
And it was literally like he was representing himself in this crime.
Oh, that's bad.
And the police officer was saying all the details, and then he stopped him.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
His defense was that he wasn't there.
Oh yeah, he wasn't there. So the police officer lays out all the case and says exactly what happened, and the guy's like, "Objection! That's not how I remember it happened." So in the flesh, that was Foodie on Tigre in the flesh.
I remember seeing a case, I don't know if this was like Judge Judy or whatever, I don't remember, but basically they were listing out the contents of like someone's wallet because it was like teenagers or something. They're listing out the contents of someone's wallet, like, and there was $50 in there, and the guy that I think was like being prosecuted just says, "There's no $50 in that wallet." And the judge just kind of looked like, "Oh, excuse me." Anyway.
Oh, bless. Good no.
He's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, no, that was Luke and that was the dad. Right there, he's just like, why was I even here?
Got him. At last. What? Why's everyone going quiet? I said that bottle. Is this the bottle you're referring to? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the cyanide was in. You ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't look cozy looking suit for you people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell him, Godot. Tell that guy where to go.
You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said?
What I said? What did I just say? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. It really had nothing to do with a murder. You shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. Yes, I don't know who you're messing with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me? Sure. The last piece of evidence was phony. That's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all.
And immediately, Phoenix Wright was arrested. It's like the call of a majestic beast. What's going on?
Looks like a blackout.
Oh my gosh!
No, oh jeez.
Well done, Trite.
Laser!
I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you.
Aww.
Wow.
Jerk.
Savor it. While you watch your caged prey. He's just still standing there.
Yep, he's frozen. He's stuck. He glitched.
He became a statue.
He just T-posed. Right? You caught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go. The prosecution will be sure to take care of Mr. Tigre, won't you, Mr. Godot?
He is being arrested on suspicion of murder of Glen Elk, Your Honor.
Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney.
Yes, she was.
And in the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake.
Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything, if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Furio Tigre is a truly frightening criminal.
The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there.
Oh, thanks.
Sure.
Godot.
Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty! Oh! We are so in sync.
Thanks for giving us your clip, Asher Twilight, by the way.
Thanks! That is all. This court is adjourned. Hallelujah. Oh wait, there's prologue, I mean epilogue shit, I guess.
January 8th, 4:10 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. I can't continue now.
The psycho is broken. I stole Whimsicott. How dare I?
Yeah, Abby took Whimsicott. Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Maggie.
I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him.
Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger.
Look, Nick, in the doorway.
Hi, I'm a shadow.
Detective
I'm
Gumshoe.
not here. Oh, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal.
But wait.
Why do I have just this image of Nick grabbing him by the trench coat and pulling him back in?
No.
Detective Gumshoe.
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggie.
Thanks.
I knew you were innocent all along.
Awkward turtle, awkward turtle.
Awkward turtle, panda
awkward
moose, panda moose.
Why didn't you?
Awkward turtle, panda moose, panda moose. There's a butterfly.
Perfect.
Why didn't you say that in your testimony then?
And a turkey too.
There.
Awkward turtle, panda moose, panda moose.
I was waiting for that.
Okay, I don't know that song all the way.
I don't either, but it happened once, and that's how that happened.
Huh? Oh, well, I was... Well, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around.
Wait up, detective. He just ran off.
Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you.
And for Edgeworth.
Shh, don't tell her that.
We have her theories.
Shh. It's thanks to him that we got the medication bottle.
That wasn't even any use.
But
It's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles.
Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him.
can't you put in a good word for him, Nick?
Yeah, Maya is right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Maggie? You know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all of this.
Wanted to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up.
He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts.
He doubted me, that's why. I thought I might have done it. He thought I might have done it. That's what it was.
I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. I know, I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. I will give to her Bruto Cadaver.
I wonder how she...
Like, oh!
The weenies.
Yay! Shove her full.
That is called a gangbang, Abby. Here you are, a present to celebrate your freedom.
That's...
A present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love. And lube.
Why are they all covered in condoms?
Oh, no.
He said you lost weight and he was worried about you.
Detective Gumshoe. I actually really like weenies, you know?
Gross. That's a stomach rub. I don't know whose it is. Someone's stomach. Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know.
Yeah, the trail dragged on a bit today, didn't it?
Yeah, it's 4. Is it okay if I eat this now?
Takes all the condoms off and just chucks them to the side.
Aw, she's just gonna cry.
She's a sobbing. So, how is it, Maggie?
It's really good.
And also a little weird tasting, but that's okay. I know whose fault it is.
So the case of phony versus genuine comes to an end. The false allegations surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up.
Did it?
She ate it all.
And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start.
And she and Gumshoe got married and they have 2 kids and it's great.
You're talking about the musical project?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Gumshoe and our Maggie got married and they have 2 kids.
Aw.
It's super cute.
Recipe for Turnabout. The end.
That's such a fun filler case.
I love that filler case to death.
Brand new episode has been added.
Oh.
Memories stolen. Recipe for Turnabout and
We will see you at Turnabout Beginnings.
Holy crap.
Literally, probably tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
See you then.
saving.